when I overcame shiny object syndrome, my life completely changed. So I want to make this video sitting down with you and explaining how I actually overcame shiny object syndrome once and for all, so you can do the same thing for yourself. Because when I look back at my own life, of me going from being a broke, unsuccessful kid, trying different businesses, having a dream of making it online, to now having built my dream life, traveling all over the world, making more money than I know what to do with, setting myself up financially for the rest of my life in my early 20s, I've realized that shiny object syndrome is probably the biggest thing that used to keep me stuck, used to keep me broke, and that when I overcame it, everything changed for me. Simple as that is. It comes down to one simple change that I made, one simple thing that I overcame, and it's all shiny object syndrome. So I want to break down the actual protocol, like what I actually did to fix this for myself, because I speak to too many young guys that have goals and potential of making it and making all this money and building their dream life, but the only reason why they haven't gotten there is because of shiny object syndrome. They don't know how to overcome this. They just fall into this trap over and over again. They're not even conscious of themselves doing it. And I know you're watching this video right now, you probably face this. If you have goals of making it, getting rich at a young age, building your dream life, achieving freedom, and you haven't yet gotten that, there's a big reason that shiny object syndrome has been holding you back. That this has been the exact reason why you haven't yet gotten that. So actually lock in, because if I would have known this stuff I'm explaining in this video when I was younger, I would have been so much further ahead than I am right now. So much further ahead. It's absolutely insane. So we need to understand, like, what is shiny object syndrome? Why do we even have these ideas? Or why do you want to change business models all the time or change ideas all the time? Because shiny object syndrome, at the end of the day, what it is simply is doing something right now. You're on this path right now trying to start a specific business model, whether that's an agency or drop shipping or high ticket sales. You have a path or an idea right now of how you're going to make it. And then you see someone else doing some other business model. You see something else that seems more shiny, that seems better than what you're doing. The grass seems greener on the other side, and you change it to the other thing, okay? Why does this happen? It's very, very simple. It comes down to, for you to see success, for you to change your life, all that comes down to is you stepping into a new version of yourself. When you're stepping into a new version of yourself, what's happening? You also have to kill the old one. If you want to step into a new version of you and tune into a new frequency, you also need to kill the old frequency, okay? Pretty simple stuff. What most people don't get though is when you do this, when you actually apply this in action, there's going to be a lot of emotional response to you stepping out of an old version of you, okay? When you're trying to change how you make decisions and trying to change your whole identity and person, there's going to be a lot of emotional responses. You're going to feel a lot of different emotions and thoughts from the old 1.0 version of you, if you will, that's going to come up when you're trying to make a change. That is what shiny object syndrome is. That is the reason why most people never make it, is because they let the emotions of their current version, their current identity, dictate their decisions. This is the downfall of most people that could have made it big. Most people that never achieved their full potential. The reason why I was broke for a long time, because I was trying to make it. I was trying to set business models and trying to make stuff work. I was trying to agency and dropshipping and everything. And when I didn't see success right away, when I tried something and stuff got hard, I faced challenges, I didn't see immediate 10K months by doing different things, I would immediately act on these emotions that came up. I would feel like, okay, because you're programmed since you're young, that when you feel scared, when you feel nervous, when stuff is not working out, you should act on these emotions and you should move away from those feelings. So when I was trying to start a business, trying to make money online, and stuff was not working out, and I was like, shit, I don't know if this is gonna work out. I feel kind of nervous right now. I'm kind of uncertain. I would immediately guess, okay, this is not good. These emotions come up, they're not good. I actually just find something else that makes me feel better. Okay, I have this other business model over here, or this other idea that seems way easier to do. I'm just gonna move into this. This is the faulty mindset that I had that kept me broke, and probably what you have right now as well. You need to realize that these thoughts, these emotions that come up when you're not seeing immediate success, those are the exact emotions and thoughts that you need to distance yourself from. If you can learn through two different things that are extremely impactful, is by journaling down your thoughts, becoming more aware of your emotions, and also doing meditation. Both of those different things help with distancing yourself from your emotions. If you can learn to do those different things, what happens then is you can distance yourself from acting on how you feel in the moment. The reason why you're stuck right now is because you have an emotion come up. You're like, okay, this stuff is hard. I don't feel like this is working out. I feel scared. I feel nervous. I feel uncertain right now. I don't know if I can actually make this. You have self-doubt. And then you justify those emotions with logic. You feel that way. And then your response is, yeah, maybe this business model isn't for me. I shouldn't feel these emotions. So because of that, this isn't for me. This business model isn't for me. I should change into something else. That is you responding with logic and justifying an emotional response from the old version of you. I hope this makes sense right now, but this is why you're staying stuck. And you're gonna stay stuck until you realize that these emotions are not you. When you have a thought of like, okay, this feels uncomfortable, if this feels scary, I don't know if I can make this. And then you have the next moment, you have your own brain telling you that, okay, this is not for you. You should change business model. Understand that that is not true. Just because you think that in your head is not true. Okay, that is your old version of you talking to you. And you need to understand, if you want to change your life, you need to fully step into the new version of yourself, which comes with understanding that emotions are not how you make decisions in business. If you act on your emotions and you act on how you feel in the moment, justifying that with logic, you're going to stay stuck. The way that I changed my life was understanding that I can feel these emotions. I can have these thoughts that are very, very convincing a lot of times, but I can also at the same time just keep moving forward. Keep doing the actions that will get me success. I literally have built this out into a document that I look at every single day. I call it Alex Accountability. You should do this as well. Where I've literally just written down all these thoughts that I've ever had come up, all these emotions, thoughts, and very convincing ideas that I've had come up about why I should change and what I should be doing instead and why I'm not meant to do this business model. I've written all this out. So when I have these emotions come up, which still happens to this day, I still have, even though I've been able to overcome this a lot and I no longer act on this at all, I still have these emotions sometimes come up of like, I should change or do something else, especially when you haven't slept well, especially when you're kind of tired or stuff is in really just like hard for you, you're not seeing success, everything is not just flowing for you. I have this stuff come up, but then what I've written down is I've written down the overcomes, like how I need to be thinking to actually move forward. For example, let's say, okay, stuff is not going well right now. I have maybe a slow week in terms of how much money I'm making. I feel like, okay, shit, this is not for me. I should quit. Sales isn't for me anymore. I should quit business model, whatever it is, Then I've written down in the document, okay, you're feeling this way because of the fact that in the short term and what is happening right now, you haven't been seeing some success. And then because of that, you feel these emotions, okay? That's not you. That's not the new version of yourself you're trying to step into. That's the old version of you that's trying to keep you safe. Do not act on these emotions or else you're gonna stay broke. You're gonna stay in that old version of you's reality. And when I look at this, I just remind myself, okay, boom, I have these thoughts, it's not me. I just put them to the side and I just keep moving forward regardless of how I feel. When I learned to do this, my life started changing. I remember myself when I was running an agency and doing dropshipping, all these different business models back in the day, I would just be jumping from thing to thing like crazy. Whenever something didn't go as I wanted to, I would just jump into the next thing because I was just acting on my emotions constantly. When I learned this eventually, I got into high ticket sales, which in my opinion, the best business model to do for young guys who are trying to get into making money online. Because the thing with high ticket sales is you can, compared to other business models, it takes a lot of time, a lot of inputs, like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months to start seeing any success, which is why a lot of people struggle to stick to it. With high ticket sales, you don't need to do that. You can just come in and in the first month land a role, even in a couple of weeks land a role. I've seen this time and time again with the people that I coach inside of my mentorship. You can land a role very quickly, and then you'll be able to start making money, and that allows you to actually have this kind of motivation to just keep going because you're seeing success. But even before that, when I came into high ticket sales, I had these thoughts. Before I landed my first role, even when I landed my first role, I constantly had these ideas of I should change. Sales isn't for me. Whenever I had a bad sales call, I would be like, okay, this isn't for me. I should change over to this other business model. I constantly had these ideas. So I want to share this with you guys because I'm not perfect. This stuff, you don't ever really overcome this, I don't believe. You always can have these thoughts come up in your head. But what I had learned at that point that allowed me to actually still see success and make it big time and make 10K in my third month doing high ticket sales, I learned I can feel these emotions. I can write them down. I can reflect on them. I can look into them and investigate why do I feel this way, but I don't need to act on it. And by doing this and applying this, I saw success. I went from zero to making $10,000 a month in profit in 3 months. And that was purely down to the fact that I stuck to it even though I had these emotions come up. Because I had overcome shiny object syndrome, if that makes sense. I had pushed through it, okay? So whatever you're doing right now, apply this stuff. Realize that you are not your emotions. You're gonna have extremely convincing thoughts come up in your own head that you should change. but your success and whether you're gonna make it depends on whether you keep pushing through that, or if you become part of the 99.9% of other people, just like yourself, that when they have a convincing thought and emotion of their old version of themselves come up, they act on that. And like, I don't want it to be you. Anyone that's following me and watching my videos, you're looking at this right now, like you have so much potential. You could go out and achieve everything that you want, but it only comes with you sticking to the path that you're on right now, going all in on it. And if you're in a model right now that's super complex, I would recommend you to get into high ticket sales, because high ticket sales is learning the most fundamental skill in business. You can see faster success with it because you just need to learn one skill and land one client. So it is going to allow you to see progress faster, which is going to make it easier for you to stick to it. But still, it's going to come down to you deciding to step out of the old version of yourself. You have to kill your old identity fully to step into the new one and see your dream life actually become reality. And that comes with you being willing to go for those emotions. Accepting that you're going to feel a certain way, you're going to feel nervous, scared, uncertain, have these very convincing thoughts, but you're not going to act upon them because that's the only way that you'll make it. If you don't do that, you're destined to fail. And I don't want you to fail. This is what changed my life. This is when I really broke through, when I started sticking to stuff. And I understood that these emotions, these thoughts are not me. I can move forward and do stuff regardless of how I feel. And my life changed as well. So hopefully this makes sense. If you want my help to get into high ticket sales, I have a community where I basically train people up one-on-one into learning the skill of high ticket sales, and I place you directly into high ticket sales roles from my own network. I have a bunch of roles that are hiring right now, so if you want my help, you can apply by booking a call and chat with me, see if you're a good fit down below this video. If you have any questions, DM on Instagram, my DMs are open for advice. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stop acting based off how you feel. Distance yourself from your emotions and your thoughts, and you're going to win. I'm rooting for you. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.